Good morning, class. Welcome to St. Peter's School. And this is our science class. This is our third class. In previous class, we studied about what is distance, displacement, and what is motion, what types of motion, what is the uniform motion, what is rectilinear motion. So we all have discussed all these points in previous class. Now, in today's class, we are going to start with the fill in the blanks, which I have given you in the last class. So hope you all have done this. Okay, so let's discuss this fill in the blanks in this class. Okay, so first question is dash and dash are used to describe the overall motion of an object and to locate its final position with reference to its initial position at a given time. Okay, so what is the question is that what is that called if there's something is changing its position from one place to another place in a given time with reference to its initial position and final position. So what is the distance covered, sorry, so if there is a changing in a position of the body, that is will be distance or the displacement. So those length covered by the object is known as distance. Okay, and distance occurs in two ways. One in a any way and from any direction, no fixed direction. It has to just cover the given distance. But in one case, it has a shortest specific path to cover the distance. So that is called displacement. So in first question, what will be the answer? Distance and the displacement are used to describe the overall motion of an object. What it shows? It shows the motion of the an object and to locate its final position with reference to its initial position at a given time. Now come to the second question. Physical quantities that do not require direction for the complete description are called. What is that? Physical quantities that do not require direction. We already discussed that in distance and displacement requires direction because it has a specific path, it has a shortest path to cover. So distance and the displacement will not be the correct answer. So what will be the correct answer? Correct answer will be, okay, so if the physical quantities that do not require direction for the complete description are called scalar quantity. Yes, we discussed in the last chapter that distance is a scalar quantity because it has no fixed direction. It has just to cover the given path. It has just to cover the given length from the anyway. So it will be considered as a scalar quantity. And vector quantity are those quantities which have a fixed direction with the magnitude. What will be the answer here? Physical quantities that do not require direction for the complete description are called scalar quantities. Okay, when a body moves from one position to another, the shortest distance between the initial and the final position of the body along with its direction is known as. Yes, if the body moves in a fixed direction, the shortest distance. We already have clarified this term, that is the shortest distance covered in the case of displacement. Okay, so what will be the answer? Third answer will be displacement. So first is distance and displacement. Second one is the scalar quantity, which need don't need like a magnitude, but did not require the direction. Okay, is displacement. Okay, so now comes the fourth question. Displacement has both direction and magnitude for its complete description, and these physical quantities are called vector quantity. Okay, because they need both direction as well as the magnitude. So these type of quantities are known as vector quantity. Okay, now come to the fifth question. The distance traveled by a moving object cannot be zero, but the final dash of a moving object can be zero. We already discussed two question in behalf of this, that distance cannot be zero, but might be displacement will be zero if there is no changing of the position, or the object is not covering the like shortest path. So displacement can be zero. So what will be the fifth answer? It will be displacement, right? Displacement of a moving object can be zero. Yes, we already discussed this point. Now come to the sixth question. When the object covers unequal distance in equal interval or the equal distance in unequal interval, then the motion is said to be having what? we have discussed about the two types of motion, uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Uniform motion is in that case in which the object covers a equal distance in equal interval of time. Okay, as I have given you example, like in 0 second it covers 5 second, in 5 second it covers 10, so in 10 second it will cover 20, so it there is a uniform changing in distance, so that this type of motion is known as the uniform motion. Now, last question is, so, and if it is not equal, it is unequal, then it is known as the non-uniform motion. So sorry, I'm so sorry. And what will the answer for this when the object covers unequal distance? Here it is written that it is unequal distance is in equal interval, or the equal distance in unequal, any of the two, any of the two criteria, if is falls in unequal, then it will be considered as the non-uniform motion. It does, like, it is not important that the distance is unequal and time is equal, then only in case it will be considered as the non-uniform motion. But the also, if the distance is in a equal interval but time is not in a equal interval, then also in that case it will be considered as the non-uniform motion. Okay, now last question, when body covers equal distance in equal interval of time, then it is said to be having what? Uniform. And we already discussed that equal distance in equal interval, then this type of motion is known as the uniform motion. So I hope that every points we studied previously is up to now cleared with you. If you are not cleared with any points, you can feel free to contact me anytime. You can message me, you can message to sir, he will pass it to me that what the problem is going on. So I will in next class I would solve all of your points if you have not understand anything. Okay, let's move forward now. The answer I have given you here, you can check your answer here from here. Now, next point, what next topic we are going to cover is speed and velocity. Now, what is speed? Speed is defined as the total distance traveled by an object in the time interval during which motion takes place. SI unit of the speed is meter per second. So, okay, so what is the speed? The distance, the total distance covered by an object. It is not like that, it's the shortest distance. It's the total distance covered by an object in a given time is known as the speed. Speed. So, to calculate the speed, what you will require two things: distance covered by the object and the what time required to cover those distance. So whenever when you have to calculate the speed, what is the formula for this speed? Sorry, distance is here showing in the form of s, and by t, time required. Okay, so if in question you have given that this particular object has moved to this length in this time, so in that case you can easily cover this, you can easily calculate the speed. How to take out the speed? The distance given by the total time taken, so it will be the speed. Now, what is the SI unit of speed? SI unit of speed will be meter per second. Okay, why meter per second? For distance it is meter, and for time it is second. And if you are going to write as CGS unit, so it will be centimeter per second. Okay, so our body is said to have constant or uniform speed if it travels equal distance in equal interval of time. What does it means? It means that if the body is covering a uniform motion, then body is moving with a uniform speed also, right? Okay, because the equal distance in equal interval of time, it is the type of uniform motion. So in case of uniform motion, body is in a uniform speed. Okay, so now just we are concluding here the what is the concept of speed. Speed is both type, uniform speed as well as non-uniform speed, because if there is a two type of distance also, there are two types of motion. Okay, uniform motion and non-uniform motion. So in the case of uniform motion, the body is covering body is moving with a uniform speed, while in non-uniform motion, body is covering moving with a non-uniform speed. Okay, We all know speed is a scalar quantity, we already discussed, because it has both magnitude and direction. Distance traveled per unit time, what is will be the SI unit, meter per second. Average speed, so if you have to find out the average speed of something, so total distance traveled divided by total time taken. So why I have written this point, because if there is a single object is moving, if a single is object is moving, then in that case you will easily find out that the distance is given and divided by the given time. Okay, but in the case if the two or three object is moving parallelly with the same covering the same distance at the equal interval of time, so in that case what you will do, you will add all the distance covered by an object in a total time given covered by the all the three objects, and then in that case you can find out what is average speed. Now what is velocity? The rate of changes of displacement of a body with the passage of time is known as the velocity of the body. Velocity of an object is measured in a meter per second in a SI unit. So velocity, what will be velocity? In speed, it is distance covered by the object by the time. In velocity, there will be the displacement occurs by the time. Displacement is nothing, it is the shortest distance specific path covered by an object. So velocity is nothing but the speed of an object moving in a definite direction. Okay, because we have to fix here direction in the case of velocity. Okay, the velocity of an object can be uniform or variable. In it is like the same, the speed are having a uniform speed, non-uniform speed. In the same way, if the displacement is occurring with a like a same equal same interval of time, then in that case uniform velocity can be find out, because there will be a uniform motion, and non-uniform motion can also occur. It can be changed by changing the object's speed, direction of motion, or both. Okay, the same way the speed occurs. Okay, so today we are going to end our session here only. We will in next class we will study more about the velocity. We will study detailed about the velocity, because lots of other equations are related to this velocity. And in next class you will see then that on the page number third, okay, so you have been given with the example also. So we will discuss that example. Okay, we will start with the page number 30 in the next class. So till the time, take care and bye bye.